Welcome to the couch, right? We on the couch. Come kick it on the couch, right? We on the couch. Everybody on the couch, right? We on the couch. Come tell what you about. If you wanna scream it out, then you're welcome to the couch.
Hey guys, I'm DELICIA Davis. I'm the author of a book called Dear Diary, The Bullying Won't Stop. And if you ever get a chance to purchase this book, it comes with a free bookmark key. That's Unlock Your Diary. And not only do I have books, but I also have a journal, comes with a pen. We also have keychains, and I have this t-shirt. It says, Dear Diary, the bullying stops here. And this will be your personal commitment to stop bullying right where it's at. Can't wait to share some more information with you because we're here on the couch with Sugar B.
All right. Yes, we're on the couch, and we are your hosts. I am Sugar B. I am Sugar B. Let's go! And ladies and gentlemen, we have on the couch with us today an author, an advocate, and a businesswoman. We have DELICIA Davis. DELICIA, how are you doing? Hey,
I'm pretty good today. I'm really happy to be here on the couch with you guys.
You are? And now they're telling us in our ear, DELICIA Davis is a soft-spoken woman.
Yes, she
and
is.
we have to hear you all the way over there. They're telling us that you got to speak up.
So sorry. I know I have a soft voice, but I have a very loud message.
There you go.
I'll speak loud and clear.
There you go. Now, tell the people in your outside voice, who is DELICIA Davis? Who
Well,
are
like
you?
you said, DELICIA Davis is an author, an activist, and a businesswoman. But a little bit more than that, I'm also a writer, performer, and a public speaker. I love to work with young people, and when I wrote this book, I definitely had something to say to youth around the world. So I had to put it in a book, and I'm hoping that the world of youth actually open it up and read what's inside.
I hear that. We here today, people.
Yeah.
We here today. She wrote a book.
Oh, yeah.
Dear Diary, The Bullying Won't Stop. You saw it in the beginning and everything as she did her intro. But now, with writing that book, tell us who or what inspired you to write a book like that.
I'm gonna start. I was inspired to write the book Dear Diary, The Bullying Won't Stop, mostly because I've actually experienced bullying in many different ways in my own life. At different stages of life, there were different levels of bullying. First starting with like the schoolyard bullying, then growing up actually experiencing cyberbullying, and even sometimes as like a grown-up, you experience workplace bullying and just different things that you feel like.
Yeah.
There's also some things that have happened in the news, and there's also some things that have personally affected some friends, some family, and I felt like it was time for me to take a stand, and that was the only way I felt that I can take an active stand and really share my views and my resolutions with everyone, is to write in a book.
There you go.
So, you wrote this book to help others and have them to read about life situations. People, you have to read this book to understand the life situations of bullying and everything. But now, besides writing the book to help the young people, which is who you're focusing on, what else are you doing to help them? Are you having workshops and stuff?
Yeah,
what are you
yes,
doing?
I actually do. When I wrote this book, I wrote it from the voice of a young teenage girl actually writing in her diary, writing her daily experiences with bullying, her struggles, trying to get through it, and eventually, you know, she starts off doing a lot of the wrong things to get through. But eventually I have her find some of the positive resolutions of getting by. And I felt like to take it a step further, and not only can I write a book, but I also needed to get hands-on with some of the youth that we have to interact with on a regular basis. So I do these youth workshops. I go to schools and youth programs, basically anywhere where youth are gathered, and I talk to them. We have discussions, and then we actually do creative arts workshops, so anything from dancing to writing to crafting and art and poetry writing and things like that. I wanted the youth to actually find their voice, find their outlet the way I did through writing. So I gave them a platform to speak and share, and and express themselves.
All right. You know, right. This is all exciting. She's a writer.
Yes,
now,
she is.
What she was saying to everybody, if you didn't understand, she loves to write, and she was writing it down. Now, she also mentioned she has a journal. Now, the journal that you introduced, what's the significance of the Dear Diary journal? Where did that come about? Why is it there?
The significance of the Dear Diary journal is to allow those who maybe have read the book or can't read the book, or maybe are not mature enough to read the book, or just those who were inspired by the book to actually start their own movement, start their own writings, their own artwork. It's filled with pages and pages that you can just creatively release what you're going through, whether it be an artwork, whether it be rhymes and raps, poetry, or just journal writing, like what I used to do as a youngster. I just encourage people to let it out, express yourself. It's the only way to get through difficult situations, is to kind of, let it out.
Let it out. Ladies and gentlemen, we read the book. Yes, we did. And we had the journal. Yes, we did. And we wrote little mental notes that showed us where we came from to where we're going. And we have DELICIA Davis on the couch with us, telling us all of this, right, Sugar? All right. We're loving it. Okay. Over here. Pay attention. There we go, people. Once again, Sugar gets the attention. I don't, but anyway. We have with us, and now it's my time to ask questions. We have DELICIA Davis.
DELICIA!
We noticed that, Sugar's now following me. I didn't have the cards. I'm not carrying the cue cards when I don't ask questions. Now Sugar's playing the same suit, and she's not going to carry the cue cards. No. Boss lady, we understand, but we can't keep up with these cue cards.
No, we can't.
So we're going to try to ask these questions as we go along.
There you go.
Okay,
there you go.
Yeah. But
go for it.
DELICIA, this is one thing, when you was talking to Sugar, people who read your book can relate to bullying from family members, acquaintances, and strangers in their life.
Yes.
When you was growing up, did you see any of that formula, any formats of it in your real world?
Yes, definitely my real world. Bullying was extremely an issue for me. I remember, just like the girl in the book, I did move into a new school at a young age, and I had to face, interacting with a whole new set of peers. And it started out at a very young age, where there were young people who thought they were better than me. There was always something wrong with me, whether I'm too dark or too skinny, too short, whatever the case may be. People who bully, they target you for whatever flaws they can find. So it's really hard to, for a young person to get through this, especially when, your support system is not there, or your parents don't really understand or don't know what to do or how to handle this. So bullying started for me very young, and I needed a lot of support. I needed to know that I had people who cared and people who would be there for me.
So, I'm straying away from the question on the card, because you mentioned that they bullied you because of the flaws they found in you, which you didn't feel you had any. But then, back then, you had no support group. No.
Not that I had no support group, but it's just that I could not express these issues I was having well enough for someone to help me. So because I'm at school and I'm away from my parents, away from my siblings, I really didn't know, and I didn't have the right friends, of course. So I just had no one that I felt I can speak to. That's the reason why I actually started writing in diaries and journaling at a very young age.
Okay. So it was to help you, but now when you saw what you was going through, that you didn't have that particular help that you felt that you needed, you now today in this world, the adult world that you're in, you now are going out there. That's why you're the advocate so strong into this, because it had hit home so hard.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Bullying did hit home at an early age, and again, when we can't express these problems, then it's really hard to find help. This is why in the book and just with the journals and things like that and the communication I do through the workshops with the young people, I am like pushing the message that you must express it, you must speak about it, you must come to someone, whether it be a parent or a good friend, a sibling, a teacher, an authority. You have to let someone know.
Be able to relate to that person. Now I'm gonna tell you, I'm really good at this because the next question, which was already asked, was you put so much love into writing Dear Diary. Do you feel your lifetime you were bullied? And I had already, because I found out during her answers that she was. So we don't need this one. But anyway, okay. Now, not only did you write the book, Dear Diary, Bullying Won't Stop, but you have so much under your belt. You know, what else do you do, you know, in your real, we call it the real world. Because she's in her adult world. Because she went through bullying, and majority of us have been through, if we don't try to hide it or try to close it out. But you've been through all of that, and then you made it through bullying, and now you do what?
I am a mother. Mother of 2 twins.
Oh, so you cheated. You had 2 at one time. See how the cheaters go? I have 2. Yeah, the twins.
Yeah, I call it a little blessing, but I'm cheating too. Yes, I'm a mother. I work for New York City Parks as a recreation director. Before that, spent my entire life dedicating my time and, you know, my life, my efforts to helping youth, mentoring them, and you know, speaking with them, communicating with them, and just letting them know that no matter what they're going through, you're not alone. You always have a support team. If you don't have one, we'll get you one, and you always have me.
There you go. See, what happens in life, you take what the bad and you make it the good.
Exactly.
There you go. Bullying was bad in her life, because it's bad in anybody's life if you're bullying. But she made it the positive, and she made the turn, and she's touching a lot of young people out there, which is so beautiful. And now you have, okay, you cheated, you had 2 at one time, so you have twins, which is really, really, really trying to keep up with 2 things, and life with business and children, and you're a businesswoman, you're an advocate. Now, how old are your kids?
They'll be 3 in the fall.
They'll be 3 years old. Her kids will be 3. So you'll be gearing them to be able to handle bullying, because now you know what you went through, so you know what to find and look for when they are going through it. I love that.
Right. Actually, because I have 2 boys, they have to play and interact. They have to try to share as much as they can. There are times when they have situations with each other that I have to navigate through. And it's almost like bullying is like firsthand in their lives, because no matter what, they will always have to deal with each other, whether they're in a school or social environment, or whether they're at home and it's just them 2. So a lot of times I have to teach them some, you know, core social learning skills. Like, you know, you don't take things out of people's hands, you ask for it, you say please and thank you. There's just some things, you know, boundaries that you have to create for children, because a lot of parents are not creating those boundaries for their kids. That's why kids are going to school and just taking toys out of kids' hands, pushing them because they want something they can't have. And I'm teaching my boys as early as possible that that's not acceptable. There are consequences for those type of actions, and there are better ways to deal with those kind of social situations.
So those little social skills that they have, that they develop amongst themselves, that you're now trying to, that is bullying. That is a form of bullying, because one wants a toy and he bullies his brother to get it, or wants the cookie.
The cookie.
Bully. You see how easy it is. It's in the workplace, you know, the bosses and everybody. They'll do it saying it's because they're the boss, but they're also bullying. So we all have to watch this and be very mindful of what we're showing the younger generation. Now, anyone you would like to give love to, and how will people reach you out here on the World Wide Web?
On the World Wide Web, I have a website, DELICIADavis.com. That's my first and last name. And you can also hit us up on Facebook.com/Dear Diary Books, Instagram.com/Dear Diary Books, or Twitter.com /Dear Diary Books. We're all over the web, and what I am trying to do when I do go out to the youth groups is to interact with the youth also through social media. And I want to create some powerful movements through those hashtags, and I'm doing quotes. The new thing is like hashtags. But we're trying to put out some positive slogans, some messages like stop bullying, stop hating, bullying hurts, and things like that, so that we are promoting the positive causes instead of the,
right.
you know, there's a lot of negativity going on, a lot of raunchy pictures and, you know, dirty words. But let's use social media for the greater good. And here we are, Dear Diary Books, trying to make that happen.
We're loving it. We're loving it. You know, you see all that information came up on the bottom, and we had to start using the top because it used to start out just with Twitter and your World Wide Web. Now we have the Instagrams and everything else. So we're trying to keep up with the social media so that you people can understand and find DELICIA Davis, where she is, where she will be, and what she's doing for the community around you and everything. Anybody, you know, we said to give the love, you gave the World Wide Web, but anybody want to give the love too?
I just want to give lots of love to my family. They've been extremely supportive, and everyone who's purchased a book so far, everyone who is going to purchase a book, anyone who is going to advocate for the anti-bullying movement, and everyone who came out to the book launch party. If you haven't already, there will be more. So stay tuned. Check me on DELICIADavis.com. I have full tour dates. I have locations and book signings and things that you can come meet me at. And I would just love to see people come out and support. It is really a beautiful thing. It's a creative movement. It's a very positive cause, and definitely it's not going to stop here.
There you go. She does book signing. We was at the book signing. We were there for the first launching of her book, Dear Diary, and The Bullying Won't Stop. We were there. And she's going to have me, you know, she's on tour with the book signing and everything. You'll know where she will be, because when we find out, we'll also throw it out there on Right Ways Entertainment. We will throw it out there because DELICIA is doing it and helping us out here in the community. We thank her. She's very touchable. She's very much... You can reach out to her. She's right there for you, and especially if you're young and even the older generation. You know, if you're going through it, don't just hold it in. Speak to someone, and she's an advocate about it. Speak to her. Reach out to her. Inbox her, outbox her, do whatever you do. But do it with DELICIA Davis, y'all. All right. We'd like to thank you. We thank you for being on the couch with us today.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
Telling us about your book, Dear Diary Bullying Won't Stop, your keychain, your t-shirts, your pen,
everything.
And of course the journal. But as we're closing out today, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for watching our show once again. Once again, people, thank you. But we're asking you, like before and always, will we ask you to subscribe to our page, like our page, and share our page. Do this for us. Show support, show love, and we'll see you next time on the couch. Much love.
Much love.